Good morning, people in creative land out there. Welcome to Deliberately Creative, and we're going to do this pretty ball. It's got a garland on it, and I think we're going to maybe try something a little weird and see if it works. Let's get started. Good morning and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and this is going to be kind of a experimental day. I love this little ornament that we did during the 31 drawings on November 30th. The link will be up above and it should be down below and all those good things. There's lots of fun happening during this month. I'm doing 31 designs, all from my cute and creative winter ornaments that were drawn on November 30th. I have a downloadable book that you can get from Teespring with, see, even that one, all of the designs from this month. And I'm painting one a day for the entire month. Now, when we get to the week of Christmas, those are going to be dropped videos because I'm recording them probably this week and the beginning of next week so that they can go up on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. I'm going to take 4 days and not do any live streams unless I do a live stream. There might be some surprise live streams. I don't know. But welcome everyone coming into the chat. Oh yeah, Amy, Stephanie's getting weird. But I also, if you don't have a printer and you can't print these designs, I do have a coloring book on Amazon with the exact same designs in the same order. And the only thing different here is the backside of each page has a soft gray dot grid. I know a lot of people have gone and bought the coloring book, and thank you so much for doing that. And the downloadable, thank you for buying that also. I do have, if you don't want to, let's go back to the wide screen. Let's go back to this one. If you don't have a, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm just checking to make sure my sound was working. If you don't have any interest in actually painting them, I do have tags already made with my paintings. This is the first 9, and I did print them up on a single sheet, all the both ways, cut out and squares. They make cards, they make stickers. Oh, and I did, just to see if I liked how it looked. Look at those stickers. Aren't they the cutest little things? And then these could be, like I said before, the front of a card. So if you had another piece of paper that you stack this up on, let's see, do I have something? Nah, not that. Just for giggles. Oh yeah, here. So if you were to stack that on another piece of paper and then put it onto a card, wouldn't that be pretty? So lots of ideas, things that you can try, things that you can do, and you could do that with your own if you wanted to. You know, draw your own designs and stack them up. But these stickers are so sweet. They look like almost like little postage stamps. So, you know, seal an envelope. If you don't have the wax seals like Catherine on KM Crafts has been doing, you can make stickers. And this is just printed off on my regular printer, but the sticker paper is the vinyl sticker paper, so the ink doesn't seem to run. It's really nice. Good morning, and I want to make a quick shout out for Linda Atrisco. She has the really cool channel over on Tangi that is Bake Play Be Mom Be You. And she has been doing all of my cards. And she just posted a cute little quick flip through of her cards done from these designs. So check her out, and check her out on Instagram too, because she shares things there also. All right, had to do that. And welcome, Gina. Thank you so much for being here. I am sorry that you've been feeling poorly. let's get started. We're going to do something a little bit different, I think. I want to go super, super dark green, light green on the other side. So the shadow's on this side this time. The bright light is behind it on that side. We're going to go, I think, with a deep purple or purple and lavender tones. And Arteza sent me a set of their glitter pens to play with. And I was thinking that after I do this in that purple and lavender tones, that and I'm going to try and leave those spots clear so that we can put like bright yellow lights or something in there. But I've got the glitter pens, and I did test on black and white paper. And black paper, you just get basically the glitter, very little color. But look at these colors on the white paper. And that's even just coloring the whole ball in with the pen. Look how smooth. Let's see. Let's zoom in on that a little more. Doesn't that look pretty? Doing it with the glitter pen. I'm not going to color the whole ball in with a glitter pen. I think that would be a little bit much. For tiny things, though, isn't that pretty? And this is their black sketch paper. I believe they call it sketch. Yeah, it's a black sketch pad. And it's about a 90-pound paper, kind of like a mixed media paper. So I'm pretty tickled, and I think that that's part of our playing around. There might be some of this glitter pen going into the background on top of the dark areas. I need to get this going, though. I'm feeling a little bit like we need some fun. Let's go back to the top down, and then now we've got a little music in the background. I am going to put my paint back on the other side. I cannot paint with it on this side for some reason. And this is going to be dark on this side, but it's going to be a lot of the green. Pretty much our green with the Prussian blue. Not going to have as much light on this side, I don't think. I don't know, but I do want to turn it over because I like to pull my brush strokes. Well, that didn't get as much of the blue on it. There we go. This is just fun, and like I said, we're experimenting. Maybe I'll put some lights back here into the green also. I have found that I really enjoy these little branchy type backgrounds. So I hope you don't mind that we're getting that again. It might be that I work it into something completely different by the time we're done, right? It's experimenting. Just get some of that dark right up to the edge. Where I have the little ball of light, though, I think I want to try and leave a little bit of a rim of light. Yeah, I did just jump right into it, didn't I? Pretty well. Oh my goodness. Wow, thank you guys so much. You missed sending a card hand painted to someone, and we'll finish and send a few out. Yeah, it's so fun to send hand painted cards. I really enjoyed getting to send them out to my patrons this year. something a little bit special I've never done before. I sent 32 cards out to patrons over on Patreon. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that blue going in there. So I think just getting up more on the tip of my brush. But this is a lot darker. And I think I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to fill in just so that we have some really, really dark right up against, so that my little glow of light can shine. Where you have dark, then you can have your bright lights. Or your shiny colors. All right, let's see. This is looking a little bit not focused enough for me. So I'm going to go ahead and dry and then put some back in. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new here, please click that subscribe button. Make sure that you've clicked the like button, guys. I'd love to see a show where we made 100 likes in one show that wasn't a marathon. Because I know I did hit my 100 likes in my marathon. But I'd like to see one of these shows hit 100 likes. I think that would be amazing. Make sure my tape is still down. It does lift with the heat. So I need to darken that up even more down low. So I'm picking up some more of that blue and the green, and I'm just gonna give me a little bit more dark. Might pick up some of that, move it over. Blot it out because I got a little too wet. I want my paint a little bit thicker. Ah, there we go. So we're getting this color in here, and then we're going to start on the ball. Going to be right on the ball here. Just putting a few little dark detail branches. Oh, I like that blue coming through, making sort of lighter, wispier little branches coming out here into the light area. Isn't that fun? All right. So yeah, I think I'm going to use those glitter pens for some of the detail, but first off, we're going to go in and put a layer of a sort of a violet blue. Let's see. Violet, blue, purple. Maybe I'm grabbing the violet and maybe some of that magenta. We'll go into it. Ah, there we go. Nice grape. So I am not wetting the ball first. And I am going to paint right over the leaves, but I'm going to leave the area where the light is going to shine. Because I'm saying that those little circles are filled with an LED light, just like a little white or soft yellow light. Thank you guys for being so kind to each other in the chat. I love my community. You guys are some of the best people. I think art people in general, art craft type people, tend to be some of the best people in the world. Creative people. Maybe that's it. It's people who are creative and like to share their creativity with others and are welcoming to the community and welcoming to new ideas. I love that. So first off, I'm just getting basically a fairly flat color. Just dropping it in. This is going to be a solid ball, solid glass ball, solid color background. It's kind of like yesterday when we did the red one. That was so pretty with the star. If you didn't see the filigree star that we did with the silver metallic on a deep red ball, you need to check that out. So now the ball is a little bit wet from that first layer of color going down. I can go in and start putting some softer, deeper tones. I'm working this around. I'm making it feel more round, you see, by putting some dark out here on the edges and even a little bit of a darker spot up here in the middle and coming down towards the sides. Right now it looks a little bit patchy, doesn't it? Don't worry. It will smooth out. That's one of the cool things when you start working your wet paint on top of other wet paint. Your colors do tend to smooth out, but by keeping it wet right now, I can also go in and drop more color and not have it get hard edges. Hard edges are fun and give us those great snowflake effects. But right now, I don't want that. I'm going to take some of that purple and the Prussian blue. I want to make sort of a shadowy tone. My brush is not very wet at all. I want to put some of that right up here under the cap. This just feels a little bit dark to me today. How is it for you guys? Is that a little bit dark? I'm thinking I need to adjust my brightness maybe a little bit. Maybe it's the contrast. Bump the contrast up. Oh, looks like it's not changing anything right now. Let's see. Ah, there we go. It's like we just turned the lights on, huh? I like that. Get that a little bit brighter. Oops. See, I forgot what color I had on my brush. But it's okay because it's all in those purple tones. Pardon me, I'm going to cough. Sometimes you get that little tickle in your throat. And then that's my chair swirling around on the floor. There we go. All right, I want more of that purpley color with the magenta. Getting some variations in the tones. I need a little more water. Trying to stay away from, like I said, trying to stay away from the lights. Bring it right up to the edge. Newfangled ornaments, you know. You get the shiny light They have a switch on them. All right, there. Bring that right out to the edge. That's my darkest tone. Boom. And now I want to take and I'm going to blot out a little highlight area on this side. Just use water on my brush. Kind of move that around. A little bit of a highlighty area there. And I know that it's going to be highlights there. What I have to do is work some darker color around that now. A little bit darker there. Maybe just take some of the straight blue into it. This is going to have the garland put in with the pen, so don't fuss too much about making this perfect. I mean, really, the sparkly pens are going to make all the difference. But I want to drop a couple drops of that Prussian bluey color down in here. It's kind of making it almost like an outer space ball, isn't it? I'm not trying to go for that really, but could be that sort of feel, that effect. Ooh, I just put some straight magenta on there. Do a twirl in my chair. I really don't have enough room to twirl in my chair right now, because I have a tripod sitting right here next to me, and if I twirl into that, it's going to knock my phone that I have recording also as another angle. And basically, I'm recording on my phone for my Tangy videos and my shorts videos, the hashtag shorts that I've been doing. I just released the peppermint as a hashtag short, so a 1-minute video or 55-second video on the very first one of this season. That is pretty. Let's dry it so we can pick it up and look at it more closely. Ah, thank you. You know, guys, I love being able to come in here and experiment and share with you. Doing these types of ornaments, having a very simple framework to start with, and then building it into something that's more festive. I just realized that my autofocus was still on. There, now it's staying focused. Ah, Chrissy, nice to see you. Chrissy Canvas Art. Chrissy does amazing acrylic paintings, and she does some oil paintings on her channel. She does live streams, and she does pre-recorded videos also. So check her out if you haven't. There was a lovely the cat stole Christmas that just went up. So check her out. I want to put maybe a couple little harder highlighting or harder shadowy type lines in here, because that just makes the highlights stand out more. There we go. All right. So now we'll pick that up and look at it. Yeah, I like that. I think there might even end up being a little bit of some sparkle of some kind going down here. If it's putting some lights in with gouache and then putting some of the glitter pen on top of it, that might happen. That might happen. I think I'm going to put just sort of a soft gray tone in on the cap, and then I will use the silver pen, but in case any of it shows up underneath, there will be a little bit of highlight in there. Oh yeah, guys. We have such an amazing community of people who support each other. Many of us are artists, many of us have our own channels. And so it's always, I like to be able to share. I know that in the broad scheme of things, the everybody supporting everybody, then everybody wins. My guess, my world. Just the way I think. I am going to start drawing in some of our pretty little lines, but I want to do kind of a framework with the silver or with gold. Okay, guys, silver or gold? Gold. Gold is more of a contrasting color. So let's, oh yeah, we're going to go gold. Zoom in, focus. Look how bright that gold is. I think I'm going to work my little stems in, and then we'll go with the metallic pens, or the glitter pens, to put in the leaves, or the tinsely bits, whatever way it ends up being. So I'm sort of putting the branching, swaggy part of the garland. And it's kind of like they're little, little branches that sort of are coming off of each light, and they sort of meet in the middle. And that's why they can come from both directions. This is the Signo Uniball gold pen. So it's Uniball Signo UM153, and look how bright it is on top of that purple. The gold is a complementary color to that purpley tone. You don't have to put a lot of it. I'm actually thinking I think that's good for that. And I'm putting this on before I put the lights on. All right. Let's see. I am going to go ahead and grab, so the pens, let's see. This is what these pens look like on top of white paper. So I think I'm going to go with my greens to start off with here. So they are, so we've got a nice bright green, and we've got a darker, still kind of bright. That's a little too blue. I like this green, but maybe I'll go in with this one first and see what we get. I may have gone too dark. No, actually, this is going to be good. This is going to be good because I can bring it across the gold and make it feel like oh, that's pretty. And it's dark enough on that the green itself shows up well. Yay! So this is really showing you how you could take something that's a basic design. Here, let's go back. Let's go back. I want to show you really quick. Side by side. So that's where we are, and this is where I like being able to do that's where we are, and this is where we started. Okay? So we started here, plain white background, just an outline drawn for the ball. We put in the leaves, the branches. We put in the purple and magenta and blue for the ball. Then used a gold Uniball metallic pen. And now we're starting on getting these sparkly leaves. Just like some of those Christmas balls, those fancy ones that have all of the glitter and sparkle and shine. Just really zoom in. Oh, Hillary, you didn't miss all of it. I just went and did a whole little walkthrough of it so that you know exactly what we've done. And I'm just going to keep working on putting in the little metallic glitter. Oh, and I don't have these pens linked down below yet. I will do that as soon as we are done. And then there's a big sale going on right now over on Arteza. So I'm not sure if it's a sale or if it's a coupon code. If it's a sale, you can use my coupon code along with sale prices. So on a lot of things. My coupon code is deliberately creative 14. So there we go. And I'm just going to drop some of that glitter coming down. Just work it around. However it makes you happy. You know, this is the best way to work with glitter as far as I'm concerned. A glitter pen. Because it's completely encapsulated in the material that keeps it stuck to the paper. And you don't end up with little fairy dust glitter all over everything. Hey Bonnie, take care. Have fun with the classes. And yeah, come back and finish watching the video if you have a chance. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. I love that we can go in and out of classes like this and in and out of videos and come back and finish watching. Doesn't that green metallic or green glitter, and by having that pen down already, we already have our shadows. We don't have to worry about going back in and adding more shadows to our glitter. I like that. I am kind of starting at the top and working my way down, so I'm not putting my hand through it as I'm working up. Little tricks. All right. So when you are drawing things like this, you know, if many people actually drew along with me during the 31 drawings in one shot. Many people were drawing along with me. And one of the things about drawing along or doing a whole pile of drawings that you can go back and color is that you don't have to stress about getting your lines right at the same time that you're doing that you want to just get in and do your painting. By having things that are already on the paper. So that's why many people use the fine-lined rubber stamp designs. Having some designs down on the paper makes it so much easier to just pop in and start coloring. And just enjoying your time. I am going to do a big marathon on New Year's Eve. See, I've talked about it on enough videos now that I really have to do it. I think that's part of talking about it is I've made a promise to you guys now. I'm going to be out there on New Year's Eve, starting about noon, I think, on Pacific time. So it will already be New Year's Day in many parts of Australia, but you know what? It's still my New Year's, and then I plan to try and go until about 9 p.m. So it's going to be a long marathon. And we're going to do some fun things. We're going to be drawing teacups and teapots and mugs. There might be some treats getting drawn in there, things that go with teapots and teacups and cups of coffee and cocoa. Cozy. I want it to be a cozy month. I think we need comfy and cozy and something that's going to make us feel like warm cups of coffee and tea and cocoa and soft fuzzy slippers. Oh yeah, I almost did it. I almost started going into my favorite things from The Sound of Music. Warm woolen mittens. I just finished, or I'm almost done. I'm working on a pair of fingerless mitts, knitted with green and cream colored stripes. Those might be making an appearance during our warm and cozy marathon. And I think flowers and probably flowers and food is going to be the theme. Look at that. Ooh, I like that. Oh, no, not going to wear myself out. And one of the things that I am going to be doing is I am going to be doing like a 2-minute break every 2 hours. So I can get up, stretch, go grab a glass of water, grab a cookie. I plan on eating snacks. I plan on having snacks. There might be some snacking moments as we're playing and talking. I promise it's going to just be fun. Look at that. So we've got that glitter going on there. I want to zoom out so we can see that a little bit better. Coffee with creamer and lovely warm tea, bright colored paintings, and a bunch of friends watching. Bright colored paintings for you and for me. How about that? Okay, so coffee with creamer and lovely warm tea, bright colored paintings for you and for me. Grabbing our paints and our pencils we'll play. We're going to have a most glorious day. Okay, so, yep, I do that also. I make up songs, and I have fun doing it. And that actually pretty much scanned. Quite surprising. I want to go and get some yellow or magenta. Maybe I'll make magenta in those dots of pink. Magenta pink in the dots, and then we'll put bright white in the very center so it looks like they're glowing. Champagne, if you are... since I'm starting at noon, it's a little early for champagne. There might be some red spiced mulled wine in there at some point, though. As the evening progresses. I'm sorry, I'm having fun looking at the sparkles. Now I'm just going to grab a smaller brush. This is a number 2 round. Oh, and I don't think I ever said, this is my favorite, number 12 round Mimic brush by Creative Mark. It comes to an amazing point. I've been using this for over a year, and it's still like brand new. And those brushes, all of my Mimic brushes came out of one Try It pack, and it's listed down below on my Amazon page. So my Amazon store. So what I did is I went into Amazon and made tabs for different things. So we have a tab for my books, I've got 2 coloring books on Amazon and several of my my brain just went dead. Dot journals. There we go. Dot journals. As I'm painting dots. So I'm just going in with a very watered down magenta because I'm going to have that sort of be the glow. I'm thinking that a white light glowing on purple is going to show more magenta. It's not actually going to be yellow. And if I tried to put a yellow light on top of the purple would glow kind of a bronzy type of color, sort of a brownish tone. So I'm going to go on the outside edge of that and just build up the color just a smidge. There we are. And then I am going to use just some white gouache to make the dots, but I want to dry that paint first, so I'm just going to dry real quick. Mulled wine. I think mulled wine on New Year's Eve is lovely, especially if I'm doing warm and cozy, and I can have mulled wine in one of my holiday mugs. Now the pen was already dry. It was just my wet paint. Oh yeah, doing the super glow or one of those floor polishes that dries to a hard shine that you would use like on a vinyl or linoleum floor. Putting that into the clear glass ball and then dumping in your ultra fine glitter, capping it off and tipping it around after you've poured the floor polish around the inside. It becomes the glue. So now we're going to make those sparkly balls, and then you don't have glitter falling all over everything. I'm going to make that center be bright white, so it might take a couple layers. I need a little bit more water. Get my paint just loosened up just a smidge. You can't see that on there because it's white paint on a white board. If you were interested, this board is corrugated plastic called Coroplast. It's a sign board. You can get it at print shops and hardware stores and craft shops. Any place where signboard is being sold, you pretty much can find the Coroplast now. So first layer of the white is not as bright because it's on top of another color, and I did thin this paint down just a little bit, but I just want to get a bit of color in by putting the white down, or by putting the pink down. You see how that is giving us kind of that little bit of a glow. I'm putting a tiny touch of white out in the pink, not trying to outline it too much, just making little reflection lines. Let's see, I have not gone to the side camera today. Are we even lined up? It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, don't like the side camera today. I didn't adjust my brightness. Let's see, will it? Oh no, it won't do it. That just made it darker. That's brighter. We've got a target in the middle of it now. I think we're just going to go back to this. Just zoom in more. That's what I'll do. Just zoom in more. I love this. So now we're also coming closer to the end of the ball being done, but what do we want to do? What do we want to do on the... Do we want to add maybe some little white flocking or frosting or glitter or a few little ball of light? Maybe some balls of light out in the green. I'll zoom out when I do that. Just get a brighter white right here. You could do this white part with your white gel pen, white acrylic paint, pigment ink, any of those things. Let's see. I'm going to put a little bit of white up there maybe. You know, I'm going to take silver onto the cap of the ball there. Maybe I will do a thin little... Let's see. Kind of like that. Just sort of putting some sparkle on here. And then I'll soften them out. Just soften that so it doesn't have such a hard edge. Just makes it look like lights are bouncing. I'm not saying this is in front of a harsh light source, so I don't really want that to be super bright. But by putting the white gouache down, I can then diffuse it. See? You can by diffusing I mean softening those edges, having it pick up some of that purple tone. Sort of send your sparkle around. And then you can pick up a little bit of that dark color again and run it right along the edge. You build layers. It's all about building layers. So I'm going to zoom out there, focus. I see that this one still needs to be softened out a little more. Very lightly with a wet brush, just tickling the edge of that. I want that to be darker at the bottom, so I'm just going to grab. See, right now I'm doing some of that refining as I'm thinking and looking. Darker right here at the bottom. It's amazing what just a tiny little line, darker right here at the top, where it's going up the neck. And kind of coming over the corners, like the shoulders. But soften it in. Let it blur into that highlight. Look at that. There we are. See? Maybe a little bit more right there on the outside of that highlight. Dropping little color passages in interesting spots. Or out here on this very edge, I want to keep it light, but I do want to have a little color. I don't want it to look like it's a flat ornament. I want it to look like it's round, that it's a sphere. It's in the, it lives in this world. So I keep talking about the New Year's Eve party. You know, it's what I do. I do things like that. I talk about stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead just because I want. Oh, maybe instead of putting lights, we can put a beaded garland, and I'll do it with the silver. And I'll say that there's a line and maybe it like that. And this is the, you know, those silver beaded garlands that I put on my tree, my big tree. When I do my big tree, I put a silver beaded garland. I am going to draw my line that's holding the ornament right over the top. And now this might be something that you don't want to do, and that's okay. I'm leaving some spaces where the string is, I might wipe out the string a little bit with some water so it looks like it's the beads are sort of being held in place by the branch. Sometimes just being brave, try something. Even if it doesn't work out, it'll be an experience, and you always gain by having an experience. Let's see. This does not have consistent size beads. These have been in the bottom of the Christmas box. Maybe this was the set of beads that your grandmother would put on her tree. And you know, they sort of, that looks good. You know, they sort of ended up just getting tucked in. See, you can draw them like they're behind also. But I'm just going to make this work. So they got misshapen, you know, over the years. They got misshapen. Maybe some of the beads on the string broke, but it was your grandma's, and you like to honor her memory every year by putting that string on your tree. I have a little bell that I got when I was in 2nd grade that I have kept. It was from my most favorite teacher ever, Mrs. Stanfield. She was the kind of teacher that, you know, early 1970s, and we had a post office in our classroom, the 2nd grade, and we got to be the postmasters and deliver mail for the whole school. So what we did is people would have the publisher's clearinghouse, the little stickers. We would use that as our postage stamps, and everybody had to have their letters stamped, and we would cancel the stamps with a stamp that we had in the classroom. And we had mailboxes around the school, so people could actually send notes to each other. And we had the we had the opportunity to then deliver the mail. So I mean, it was a great learning opportunity because we got to sort, we got to read, because they had to address it to a certain student in a certain classroom. So we had the standard address for the classrooms. So we all learned how to write addresses, we all learned how to write letters to each other. And it was a freestanding in the classroom, stand up, kind of like a lemonade stand, but it had the top that went over and a counter on it and the front. And then we had pigeonholes for all the classrooms so we could sort the mail. Oh, it was so much fun. It was wonderful. I think I'm going to actually hit this with a dryer, and I want to take the purple. I'm going to take the purple glitter pen, I think. And this is part of experimenting. Yeah, I want to dry. Well, maybe I don't want to dry. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's actually kind of pretty. I don't think I need to dry. So yeah, Mrs. Stanfield, I was there helping her because it was her last year when I had her as a teacher, and at the end of the school year, because I lived right next to the school, my sisters and we would come down to the playground and we'd see if any of the teachers needed help, closing up for the end of the year. I didn't know that she was leaving. I was really, really disappointed when I heard that, because then my sisters didn't get to have her as a teacher. But she gave me a little tin bell that was on that was a decoration in her classroom. And it's been on my tree. Whenever I've had a tree, it has been on my tree. And when I was still at home, third grade, fourth grade, all the way through high school and college, when I was at home, that bell was on the Christmas tree. So I'm just sort of making these silver balls have a little bit of a highlight of some purple glitter. Just a little bit. It's kind of fun to do things like this. Experiment, play. Don't be so tied up in making it perfect every time. I really am enjoying how this is turning out. I hope you are also. Click that like button if you like this. Show me by clicking the like button that you really like this type of artwork, and we'll do more of it. Maybe I'm going to put a little bit of a sort of a shadow line on the underside of that with the glitter. And my silver pen, I'm going to go ahead and put that all over that cap. Yeah. Thank you. 74 in chat. Yeah, hey, 75 in chat. Hey guys, go ahead and click that like button, please. Show me if you like this. And I'm going to draw my black string going back up and put the little highlights back in. Yeah, it's fun to have memories like that. It's fun to share the memories, when you have memories like that. I know a lot of kids are like, "Oh, grandma's just talking about the old days again." But I have awesome memories of my grandparents talking about the old days, talking about being in Nebraska, being in Missouri, you know? So, listening to those stories, even if you think, oh, yeah, okay, fine, it's something that's going into your memory and it's going to help you feel more connected when they're not there anymore. I'm going to put a few little lines out here by some of these leaves that they just need to pop up just a little bit. It's not like the filigree work. I'm not doing shadow underneath everything, but just a few. And nowadays, getting onto Zoom or onto some type of FaceTime video or something, you've got that the ability to get them talking, get people talking, and let them know that you want to record it. I recorded some poetry that my grandfather, when he was 100 years old, he was reciting poems that he had learned when he was like 12. And, oh, that's so pretty. And I was able to record him and I put it onto DVD. So he got to see himself before he passed. He got to see himself. And then I also went and put all of the recordings onto DVDs for my grandmother when my grandfather did pass. Because he was 100 when he was reciting poetry, 99, 100. And then he passed just shy of his 101st birthday. Look at that. I see a little something here. I'm going to extend right like that. Look, I just made that part of the ornament top instead of getting all worried that I had this strange stray drop sticking out. Just extend the edge of your work there. That's pretty. Maybe put more of a line coming here. I am just having fun. I am just enjoying my time. And I hope you're enjoying your time too. It's more fun to go through life smiling and laughing and having a good time and finding the happy things even in the sad things. Because there's almost always something, it could have been worse type of thing, even if that's what it comes down to. It could have been worse. So, as long as you're here and oh, that is pretty. That little string of beads just added something to it. I want to zoom out a little more. Now you can see it better. See, look at that. And I am always happy when I get to hang out with you guys, enjoy our time, do something creative. And remember that this design came out of my 31 cute and creative hand-drawn winter ornaments. 31 designs that were all drawn during a marathon. So here we go. This is what we started with. So where it started and where it ended. I think that is pretty darn spiffy. And we still have more designs. Tomorrow, let's see here. What is it tomorrow? Tomorrow is fruitcake. Well, I didn't do a fruitcake. I did a pudding. I did a British steamed pudding. So let's go find that one. This is the coloring book, by the way. This is the actual coloring book. So that was today's, and that's tomorrow. We're gonna do a steam pudding on an ornament or in an ornament. I think this one's going to be inside. It's going to be a clear glass ball. Probably going to do my fun little green background because I'm really having fun doing these green branchy backgrounds. So Christmas pudding with a stake of holly through its heart. I'm not going to do it flaming though. If you want the coloring book, it's available on Amazon, all 31 designs. If you want the instant download, there's a link at the top of the chat. There'll be a link up here in the iCard. There's going to be a link down, or there is a link down below in the more information. All of the materials are down below in my Amazon store or on Arteza. So check them out, guys. Thank you so much. Remember, go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I want to see you back here again really soon. Hey, don't forget, click that like button and the subscribe button and turn on all your notifications. We'll see you soon.